Thank you, Mr. Chair, for your wonderful moderation. I want to thank all our participants for their brilliant, well-considered, and unique insights. I'm sure that our audiences have also felt the same. Thanks also go to our co-organizer, the Center for New Inclusive Asia, and in particular, President Ko King Kee. This dialogue would not have been so successful without your tremendous efforts. After hearing all these excellent remarks, I'm inspired to share a few points. First, democracy is diversified and not necessarily equivalent to good governance. Even among the West, democracy in Northern Europe is different from that of East Europe. Singapore is not invited to the Summit for Democracy and may deem authoritarian regime by the United States as host. However, it is commonly agreed that the Singaporean people live a happy and prosperous life under this regime. Not to see the truth that in history, all the four Asian dragons realized economic boost actually under single-party ruling at that time. Second, human rights is a process and not an end. When the U.S. Human Rights Alliance examines China's human rights issues, it always makes a horizontal comparison between the East and West with a magnifying glass, and never observes China's changes from a vertical perspective. Taking myself for example, when I was born in a rural village in Shandong province, the house is made of mud, and the only electronic appliance in the house is a torch. The government-led poverty eradication campaign have brought great changes to my hometown, which goes beyond my words. Even in the West, the natives of America, the Inuits of Canada, and the Aborigines of Australians, all are examples of areas of improvement for the Holy West Alliance human rights protection. Third, law is a guarantee of people's rights and not a tool to be weaponized against people. The allegation of genocide in Xinjiang, China, by the Uyghur Tribunal is not alone. In recent years, this obsolete legal term, coined by a Polish lawyer back in 1944, was rejuvenated in the former Yugoslavia, Rwanda, Sudan, and Burma. All these cases point to the single fact that none of the allegations targeted the West. However, it is admitted even by themselves that atrocities were committed against the native Indians in America, Inuits in Canada, and Aborigines in Australia. I think the answer speaks for itself. I very much want to invite our speakers to Xinjiang to see the truth with their own eyes, because we as lawyers believe that any accusation should be based on law and facts. Finally, I would call upon all countries to try to resist the Tokokwi argument. Atrocities in other countries do not make excuse for you to violate international law in your own country. It is the obligation of our international scholars to fight against the politicizing of democracy, to fight against double standards in human rights, and to fight against weaponizing of international law. Given the pandemic and climate change as common threats, I strongly call upon international community to put a stop to the big power competition so that resources could be saved into cooperation in relieving people from being mistreated. Thank you all.